What's going on, people? It's that dude named Dave, and I'm back in the house. How's everybody doing? Hey, I don't want to struggle stream. You know what we do this time here. Press a 1 if you can hear me. Press a 2 if you can't. Let's get it. Yes, y'all. How's everybody doing tonight? We back again on a Thursday evening. It's Thursday, right? Losing track of my days here. Let's see who's in the building, guys, as we get started here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah. We got Just Mo. How you doing? Sheila's in the house. Hey, Sheila. Paul, Dave, you on? Can't wait to talk about it. That's what's up, Paul. How's everything going with you, man? Gavin's in the building. What's going on, Gavin? Who else is here? Chucky. What's going on? Okay. Y'all can hear me. I see a few of y'all saying dropping the ones. That's what I want to hear. That's what's up. Yeah. Oh, man. Before we get started here, we got Paul already dropping the $5 holla here. Checking your chat. Yeah. Thank you. Let me fix my levels here. I appreciate that, Paul. Salud. Thank you for pouring in here. You're the first one in the building helping your boy out here. I'm gonna see who's coming in the building here. Hopefully some notifications get sent out. I got some house cleaning to do before we get started, guys. Yeah, I got some house cleaning. Shout out to everybody here. What's going on, Terrence? How you doing? Yeah, Jay, what's popping? What's popping, Jay? What's going on, y'all? Lee John's in the building. What's going on? Done crying in the car from yesterday? Still hurt? Oh, man. Yeah. I ain't crying, man. I ain't crying. He gonna cry in that car. Hey, guys. Whoever's coming into the building here, if you guys missed yesterday's live streams, plural, I dropped 2 of them. Yo, we had a good time yesterday on Wednesday. So you know what, though? Hey, check those bad boys out when you get the chance. Yes. Yo, we had a good time, y'all. Oh, that was a crazy reaction, wasn't it? It was a crazy reaction. Yeah. Just make sure you go check out the channel if you missed it. I know my live streams are long. I know we go 2 and 3 hours, but hey, if you here live, you appreciate it. We have a good time here, yo. We were kicking back. Yes. Who else is in the building, man? Ziggy's in the building. What's going on? Hey, man. How you doing? Yeah. Let's see here. Hey, I can't forget this. SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. I need these likes up, guys. We're going to get in this house clean in a second, and this is probably my last time that I'm going to speak on a certain matter at the top of the show, so you guys understand where I'm coming from, where I stand. But most importantly, guys, likes up. Help your boy out. It's not like you over here, Paul, dropping the $5 holla. You know, if you ain't got any money, I get it, you know, but it don't cost you nothing to press that like button, y'all. No. So let me just start off the top and start the show off here really fast here, right? I do not understand what's the word I want to use? People who really, again, are still trying to tell me how to run my goddamn channel. It makes no sense. Right? Someone actually got mad of the fact that I say buns glazing and call that vulgarity. Seriously, y'all. Buns glazing. I told that person because it was a good comment, and then at the end you want to slide that in there. I said, this is your last warning. This is your last warning. You gonna feel offended and call buns glazing vulgarity? Oh my God, some people are just so simpletons. You know what I mean? They just want to hear themselves speak and see themselves type something out and think they're important. Let me tell you guys something here on the top of the stream here. If you want to try to critique me, or if you want to put your 2 cents in and make yourself feel better, you want to know something? It doesn't matter. Like The Rock say, it doesn't matter. So stop trying to give me hints. Stop trying to give me suggestions because you're not a YouTuber. So shut up. Yeah, that's the word of advice here. Shut up. You don't know what you're doing. Once you get your own YouTube channel and you're going through the hurdles and the bruises, then come and holler at me. And then on top of that too, once you surpass me, then come holler at me. All right? Don't come on my channel, tell me what to do. Man, I swear, I would hate to see how they act in real life. Like if you saw me in person, would you really talk like that to me? Because I wouldn't take that as from you. All right, I got that out the way here. Ziggy's like, how's everybody doing? Sorry, y'all, I'm half paying attention. Broncos Colts playing. Oh yeah, Thursday night football. Yeah, I get it, man. I know Thursday night football. I'm normally not able to live stream on Thursday evenings because normally I'm in class with the mastermind session. But the lead attorney is out of town this week. So I said I'm gonna cam up on a Thursday evening and get it going here, you know? Terrence like, hey, what's going on, Larry? F wrong with him. I don't get it, Terrence. I don't know what's wrong with people these days. I have no idea. Smell what the dude is cooking, Just Mo? Yeah. I don't know why people do this. Like, people want to act like they're important. People want to act like they have jurisdiction over you when they don't even know you. Like, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. You ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. You ain't my boss. Who are you? What are you doing with your life? You just sitting on the goddamn couch doing nothing, eating ho-hos and Twinkies and not even bettering yourself. While I'm up here camming up and dropping hours and hours a day here, trying to build this thing off the ground from the bottom up, from the mud. And you over here trying to give me some advice, trying to give me some tips like you know how to do this game. If you knew how to do this game, you wouldn't be in the comment section. You'd be on YouTube getting this money too. So I don't want to hear it no more. So the person that I comment to, I said, this is your last warning. Going forward, I'm not even giving no more warnings now. I'm done. You're getting blocked. I don't care if you're a supporter, guys. You're hearing this in the top of the screen. If you're going to try to critique me, you're going to say some stuff. Like, it's one thing to say, hey, that dude, when you said this here, I don't agree with this point here because this woman here, how she moves here, and this is how she moves here, right? Commentary about the videos. That's one thing. But you're going to try to tell me how to run the channel? Hey, come on, man. You're going to get blocked now. Going forward now. Don't care who you are. You say something like that here, it's an automatic block. Get out of here. You ain't going to find me. You got to sign out or create a whole new YouTube account. So yeah, we done with that, man. We done with y'all. No more Mr. Nice Guy. The gloves are off. Kitty gloves are gone. Ziggy's like, I just got to watch Russell go up in flames. As a former Seahawks fan, I love how bad he's doing in Denver. Oh yeah, I bet y'all Seahawks fans are loving Russell bustling Wilson not doing what he's supposed to be doing here. But you know what though, Jiggy, he ain't been looking that good the last 2 years. You look at his numbers and you say, oh, look at Russell. But when you look at his play, it ain't been the same Russell. So, you know, I get it how y'all, you know, Denver ain't looking like they should, but it's still early in the season. We'll see what goes on with that. All right, next order of business before we talk about the topic here on the thumbnail. Ime Udoke knee long, right? It's still going on a little bit. This might be the last time I'm talking about it here because basketball season started, and I know that the NBA is going to try to move on here unless some more juicy stuff comes up here, you know, but we're going to talk about that in a second here. What's going on, Joey? Bro, that Kobe post behind you is dope as hell. Wait, oh, this here? Yeah, thank you. It cost me a pretty penny, man. What's going on, Tito? How you doing? I like this one because it's a polarizing photo. Like, I'm in Chicago. It's Chicago all day. You see Mike here, game 6. Then you see Mike here next to LeBron. And of course, we have the current crop of people who want to fight. They say LeBron's the best of all time. Michael's the GOAT, back and forth. There's no question about it. There's no question, guys. Michael is the greatest of all time. LeBron's going to have the greatest career of all time. There's a difference. But who gets lost in the shuffle is our fallen soldier, Kobe, because he came at a time that he never really had the league. You know, he came in at the tail end of Jordan's, you know, run. Then, you know, there was that small peak where he was still growing and it was Shaq's team. Then, of course, you know, Michael came back and then, you know, Shaq left and it was Kobe's team. But then LeBron came on the scene. He never really had that era where you say it was Kobe's time. So he just fell in the bad slot. But Kobe is one of the best. So I felt that this was a dope photo that, you know, the capture, you know, they're looking over the fallen soldier. So I'm glad you like that, man. Appreciate it. What's going on, Alan? How you doing, man? What's going on? Tito's in the building. My man Tito, 50 grand and all. So second order business, guys. You know what? For this business here, I need to be serious. No music. Turn the music off already, guys. He says agreed. Yeah, we starting off early. Chucky's like, you gonna block Morris who made a cash record on your channel? Shout out to Morris. No, I'm not gonna block him, but people getting blocked left and right now. The gloves are off, guys. The gloves are off, man. I'm sick and tired of that, man. It just makes no sense how people want to act like they can just tell anybody what they want. The entitlement of people these days, they can just come to a stranger and say what they want. No, it doesn't work that way. All right, guys. Number 2 order of business. I touched on this yesterday. The first live stream about the manosphere and things of that nature. And this is going to be the last time I'm going to address it. And people are going to probably talk about me, but I don't care, right? I mentioned how YouTube here is Big Brother. We do not own YouTube. We are partners with YouTube when we collaborate and we do these videos. And of course, when you're monetized, then it's a joint venture. Joey's like, F them. Nobody can tell you how to run your. Exactly, Joey. That's what I've been doing. But, YouTube is Big Brother. We do not own YouTube, guys. So with everything that's going on here, everybody in the men's space has to adjust. We have to go ahead and try to kind of figure things out because of what's happened with all the banning lately. People's channels getting pulled, people, not getting pushed, people getting shadow banned, right? And so up until the point where a certain person who I did the video on yesterday, I'm not even going to say his name. The people who are banned now, I am not saying their name unless it needs to be said. Yeah, it's that serious now, guys. It's that serious. So I'm not going to be, if you look at the back end links on my channel, you're not going to see anything that's going to say red pill. You're not going to see anything that's going to say red or blue pill. You're not going to see anything that says manosphere. You're not going to see any of these things. Like there might be certain titles of videos that I might add that on there, but all the back end crap that I got to do, it's been erased. You want to know why? Because there's a crackdown on the community. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to still have the same talking points. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue to do the content that I'm doing. It's called adjusting the vernacular and the speech and the way I deliver it. And then my back end analytics, because here's the thing, guys. This niche here, this situation here, the people who are doing this content, the spotlight is here and it's on Congress front door, guys. Congress front door. She was like, just Pearly Things got banned from TikTok. Yeah, she did. It was jacked up. I saw that video when she got banned on TikTok. So the fact that there are certain individuals who moved in the manosphere community or the red pill community, but they moved in extreme ways. And just like how women want to lump all guys together, saying we're all the good men and all men are no good, you're who hurt you and things of that nature. The same thing is happening in this niche, what we call the male space here, the manosphere space here. And so here's what's going on here. The core of it, what we're going to talk about, doesn't change. It's just the fact that the back end stuff and the tags and certain items, I just can't talk about that. I can't mention it like I used to anymore. I got to play the game, right? I got to play the game because I'm trying to win, because I don't have ownership of Big Brother. I just participate and make money with them. Joey's like, Mika Andrews needs to be kicked off the NBA platforms. Everybody's been saying that. Yeah. Paul's like, the crackdown's only on men. It is. It's a crackdown on men right now. So for men on YouTube, we either adjust or get left in the dust. Like notifications are not getting sent out for me, so I don't know how many people, it's late right now. So how many people are going to watch tonight? I had to come out later tonight. I couldn't do earlier, but since notifications are not getting sent out, that means less people are knowing about new content. And the key about being a content creator is the first few hours when your videos release. If you don't get good push the first few hours, then everything goes downhill from there. So I have to play the game, guys. I have to play the game to win. Not just play because it's what I want to do. Tito's like, freedom of speech. Yes, freedom of speech, but I am not free from the consequences of my speech. Did you guys get that? I mentioned that yesterday. Yes, there is freedom of speech, but I can be held to the consequences of my speech, and I gotta own that. I can be like, yeah, I'm gonna say this. This is how I feel. But then when Big Brother says, you know what though? No more notifications get pushed out. No more push. People ain't gonna watch your channel no more. People ain't gonna watch your videos. Then yeah, I was able to say what I want to say, but no one's watching me no more. Is that really worth it, guys? It's not worth it. Yeah, they're trying to take the balls. I get it, Tito. I know. But here's the thing, though. The content is still going to stay the same. I'm still do what I'm doing here, right? It's just the fact that I got to be more strategic. I got to play ball. I got to play ball with Big Brother. I want to be here with you guys. I got to rock with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to rock with you guys, I got to play ball here. So saying all that, it's like the example is like O-Block out here in Chicago. How many years have we seen the news of people getting deleted, people fighting over corners, people fighting over real estate so that they can gang bang and gat clap and do all the stuff that's going on? How many lives have been lost in this senseless battle in our inner cities, right? And what happened recently? Somebody just bought O-Block. And what's going to happen in the next 5 years? O-Block's going to be demolished. It's going to be parking lots and restaurants and new homes. That's going to be in place next 5 years. And it's like all that stuff has never happened. And all those dumb folks here, all the ignorant people, the hood people who are fighting over corners are going to be displaced and moved out of there. And what were they fighting for? They were fighting for nothing. Technically, because they don't own it. As soon as somebody came in and bought it and kicked their butts out. That is exactly what we got going on here on YouTube. I don't own the building. I'm just leasing here, you can say. So with that's the case that's actually happening here, I can keep and be bravado. I'm gonna say what I want. This is me. I'm that dude named Dave. Y'all gonna rock with me. But what happens after the fact, though, then when they kick me off, and then someone else comes in and then they file rules and they blow up. See, I said it's a lose-lose, just like the cats who are fighting over corners that they don't even own. I don't own YouTube. Other content creators don't own YouTube. So we have to play ball. We have to work with our partner, because since it's on the Senate floor, guys, this space, this niche is in front of Congress. So think about it. The powers that be upstairs, I call them Big Brother right now. Do you think they want to get those phone calls from Congress? Do you think they want to be in those Senate hearings that happened with the September 4th last month? Do you think that in their board meetings that they're looking at their bottom line when they make billions of dollars a year, and that here's this one space here that they feel that because some people in Congress don't understand it, that all the eyes are on them, and now they're on Capitol Hill and got to answer these questions? So what they do when they get back home and get back to their jobs and they go to their meetings and then they're powwowing? Hey, trigger the algorithm, suppress that. We don't need that heat. The block is hot right now. That's what's going on right now. The block is hot. Joey's like, women say whatever they want and get hell views. Men say the same thing and gets banned. Exactly, Joey. It's the world that we live in. I can't control it, but at least I am being forthright and honest with you guys about the minor changes that's going on. I'm just not going to make a change and then y'all going to start talking about me in the comment section. Like, yo, that dude got hella soft. That dude being weak. He was talking this one day. Now he's talking this one. No, it's called being a grown man. It's called understanding what the situation is. And it's like, I want to be here. So if I want to be here, then I got to do what I got to do. Dave, you're shadow banned. I'm not getting any notifications from you. See? CF said it. Look at that here. You see that? It's happening. Cold Fusion just said it. She's not getting notifications. People have been saying that. It's not just me though, CF though. Like I said, the lead attorney's been talking about it. MTR's been talking about it. Poor Man's Podcast was in YouTube jail recently. I don't know about now, because someone asked me in the comment section because he ain't posted in about 10 days, but he just gained like another 100,000 subscribers. So he might just be eating off this money he's making because he's killing it. But everybody in this space is saying the same thing. Black and Fist says, me either. Just got here. See? People ain't getting my notifications. Roy just like, lay low. Are they still there? But here's the thing, though. We're all getting this. We're all getting suppressed. MTR, who has 500,000 subscribers, said that his views and his stats are down 30 to 40% this last month. Tribe of Men, he's been posting on his community tab, and he's been saying that his stuff is down, right? It's a crackdown. The block is hot. The feds are watching. You guys watch The Wire. It's one of my favorite shows, right? when they come through, they're looking for the bodies. All right, they ain't looking for people serving. They're looking for the bodies. And right now, the bodies are here. So you know what we gotta do? We gotta switch up a little bit. We gotta switch up just a little bit so that we can get back on the good graces again. We're still gonna do the content. We just gotta maneuver in a certain way, right? So before people start saying, "Oh, Dave, you going soft," nah, yeah, yeah, I want to still be in the game, and I'm trying to play to win. So that is my PSA, my public service announcement. So along with that, guys, here's what's gonna happen. I don't curse that much anyway, but like I said yesterday, I'm gonna be holding back on a cursing, not because like someone's trying to comment section saying that it's low class. It ain't no damn low class. Everybody curses in life here, right? I want to get YouTube in a better standing, even though I don't do it that much. So when it comes to comments, guys, I gotta let you guys know, supers get first priority. Supers get on the screen. And if you're gonna do supers, I want you to refrain from cursing in those comments. You wanna know why? Because YouTube scans the screen. Since YouTube scans the screen, no cursing on supers. All right. So supers get first priority. Just letting you guys know for comments, I'm not going to put as many comments that are not supers on the screen. As you guys know, I will read the comments out loud. If it's a dope comment, I'll put it on the screen. But just know with that too as well, don't curse in the comment section as well. All right. I mean, here's the thing. This is not going to be a complete curse-free zone. We're going to slip up from time to time like that. It's not going to be like, oh my God, I'm turning to like Sesame Street. No, I just want this to change a little bit here because the way that the crackdown's going on here. So supers get priority. Comments are not going to be unless it's a dope comment. And please do not curse in those comments. And we'll get this going here. We're going to get back on the right track here. We just got to move just a little bit differently. What's going on, Do Better Podcast? How's it doing? How's it going, man? Black and Fit says Pierce Morgan did him wrong. Okay, I see what y'all talking about here. Let me scroll back up. I'm gonna see some more comments here, guys. I had to give you guys my little PSA here. Ziggy's like, it's just crazy. Even throttling black men YouTubers, even cologne reviews. Yeah, man. Did you see the review? The AT review. I'm not even gonna say his name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say their names right now. The block is hot right now. It's like the phones are tapped. I see what you said there. Who's that? Joey. You guys can say it. I'm not saying it. I'm just gonna say AT. Yeah, AT. I did see that interview. I'm not even saying his name right now. All right, they tapping the phone lines right now. The block is hot. I ain't gonna say his name. Hey, you talk to such a? I don't even know his name. Hey, did you see such and such? Who? Hey, man, they banning him. You saw such and such a? Yeah, I know they banning him, but I don't know who you talking about, man. I don't know cuz like that. Hey, man, yo, I don't know cuz. Hey, man, I don't know him like that. Keep it moving. So that's how I'm moving right now because the feds are tapping the lines right now. They're watching everything and they're suppressing stuff. So I want YouTube to say, hey, YouTube, I'm on your side. I'm sorry. We gonna get right. We need to get this money together. You see how the people rock here. Let's do this, YouTube. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, I had to get that out of the way, guys. Real talk, guys. Real talk. I mean, you guys like the content, so we got to play ball. Ziggy's like, feds on the line. We need coded lingo. Yeah, we need coded lingo. Remember, what's that one song with Nas? Got your phone tap. What they gonna do? Hey, man. Hey, was it AZ and Nas? I can't remember. But yeah, man, phones are tap right now. So I'm not even gonna say their names. The guy on the thumbnail earlier, I'm not even saying his name no more. Both of those guys, nah. And people try to come to me saying, well, Kevin Samuels did things differently, because the way he presented himself. Nah. It was a different time before he passed away. Literally, a lot has changed in 5 months because by Kevin Samuels passing away, the floodgates opened up. And so he was the focus. He was the guy. He drove YouTube, right? But by him passing away, it was like this big hole, right? Where like the federales. Yeah, the federales. But it wouldn't have mattered, right? Because let's say that he didn't pass away and this stuff was on front of Congress' door, best believe they would have suppressed Mr. Samuels' content as well. They would have got after him as well, no matter how big. He's got 1 million subscribers. He's big time, but he wouldn't be getting notifications out either. The same thing would be happening to him as well if he was still alive and this stuff was put on Congress' front door. So for people trying to say, well, this wasn't, Kevin Samuels moved differently. Yeah, he moved differently, but he's still in this space and he'll have been treated accordingly as well. Yeah. Twitter might change with Elon Musk buying it now, Paul says. If that even goes through, man, he's going back and forth on that buying it, man. We'll see that even goes through, man. Musk like to play games, man. Terrence like, at least you're in good spirits. Yeah, I'm in good spirits, man. I know that. It's going to happen, right? I mean, things could be worse. You know what I'm saying? I built my platform really fast here. Yes, things are happening, but you know what, though? It could be worse. Y'all wouldn't even know me. What if I was starting this brand spanking new with 0 subscribers and 0 viewers? But this is why I work. This is why we grind. This is what we got to do here, guys. This is what men do. Hey, things happen. That's going to push us back a little bit. It's a roadblock. It's a speed bump. So what do men do? We adjust. We pivot. We figure out what we need to do. We move forward. We get on our goal. We get on our game plan, and boom, and we execute. The firm. That's right, Tito. Positive mindset. That's right, Joey. Do better podcast. I be cursing like crazy. No P from YouTube. Yeah, but maybe the channel is still under the radar. Yeah, once you stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can curse. I'm just pulling it back just a little bit. You want to know why? I want a higher CPM. I want a higher RPM. I want a bit more money because that's for the advertisers. You know what I mean? I can curse a little bit, but it's not going to be as much. Like the beginning of the streams here, like the first 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes, it's not going to be nothing. Then after that point, we'll get it, Paul's like, great analogy. Thank you. Comments Esper says, can you set up an email list to alert us since when YouTube notification? Comments expert. I'm actually talking to my guy Mikey about that, and I want to work on that. See, that's going to come in play along with me building my website up. That's actually in play. I have the website. I just haven't paid anybody to build it out. I could do it. I just don't have the time to build my own website. It's just a lot of work I got to do here. But that's actually the next thing here. Once the website is built out, then I would drive everybody to the website so I can build an email list so that whenever there's a live, then I can shoot that out there and automatically trigger a notification now go to you guys so that you would know what's going on. So that's actually in the works. I'm working on that. Dubear's like, I'm picking up where you putting down. I said, oh, no, thanks. No problem, Dubear podcast. So that's what we're doing here right now, guys. Just readjustment. And that's where we're going here. Dave is doing PG. Yeah, just a little bit of PG. I can't be R-rated. I can't be Eddie Murphy raw here, But you know what, though? It's still going to be fun. Some words going to slip from time to time. All right. But that's the house cleaning. That's the order of business. Want to put that out there. The block is hot, guys. The block is hot. Hey, let's get started here, guys, since we got this going here. TD&D roll call. Got a small, intimate crowd here. City, state, zip, area code, rep where you're from. You in the bed? I don't know. You at work? Where you be? Just let me know. Like I always say, I'm in Chicagoland suburbs, 630 stand up. Let's get it. Where y'all from here? We about to get into this discussion now. I just have to let y'all know this is going to be the last time that I'm going to talk about that. It's going to be the last time that you're going to see me going harping on certain things here. We're going to have the same discussions, but you're going to see the lingo just a little bit. Coded language. We got to make up our own thing here. Don't go PC. No, not PC. It's the language. I got to use different words. Come on, I can't be PC. If I don't be PC, I wouldn't just cam up tonight. It'd be like, whatever. Be like, if I got to go PC, I just take the night off. All right, what we got here? Ziggy's in Atlanta Airport, finishing up the ship. That's what's up, man. Do Better's in Detroit, North End 303. Z was in Duluth, Minnesota. That's what's up, man. Joey B's like, mad love to the platform, my dude. I'm out. See you, Joey. See you, man. Thanks for checking in. Listening Solutions, what's going on? Milwaukee settling next door. That's what's going on, man. Milwaukee's in the house. H-Town Vic, Houston's in the house. I see you, man. That's what's going on, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I like what is here. All right. Hey, before we get started here one more time, guys, like I said, it's 1 week before I go to New York, guys. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do a meetup or not because the schedule is really busy. And on top of that, too, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go to the Knicks game next Friday night. I'm going to be at the fight at the Barclays. Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion, or the former heavyweight champion of the world. It's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. It's going to be rocking for a whole bunch of YouTubers and a whole bunch of people from the camp. It's going down. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do a meetup next week in New York. I'm still trying to figure out, let you guys know before I even fly out. Then I'll let everybody know. Gavin's in Crowley, Louisiana. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up here. So, yeah. So we got New York next week here. Got that coming on. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, guys, bear with me for 1 second. Hey, so let's talk about it here. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it, guys. Emmanuel's in Baton Rouge, 225. That's what's up. Nia Long, Emeka Udoke. Stuff is going down, ain't it? It's been drama for them the last couple of weeks. Is she leaving? Is she staying? What's going on, Agony? Defeat? St. Louis, I see you. Big man, you in Bedford Park. Oh, man, you local again, big man. What's going on? My brother used to work in Bedford Park. I know exactly where you're at. There used to be I don't know if it's still there. There's a gentleman's club down that way. Me and Mikey visited there one time. Paul from the DMV 301. That's what's up, man. So I wanted to come and cam up and talk a little bit tonight about Emeka Udoke and Nia Long, you know, because I saw a lot of live streams that saying that she was leaving, she's packing her bag, she is gone, right? And then there was this conversation, is she leaving? Is she staying? And I find it ironic with the story that's going on with her and him. But before we dig deep into that, it's been crazy for relationships. Like people filing for divorce or hiring divorce attorneys left and right now, right? So the first couple that I'm thinking about, guys, right now that I have on my list here is the singer Miguel. Did you guys hear about Miguel? His wife just filed for divorce. Yeah, that's the second time. Now, she filed for divorce, like a year or two ago. Then they reconciled and got back together. And now she's filed again. Miguel's going through it, y'all. Miguel's going through it. Married, you know, you could say he's one of the best R&B singers of our current time right now. Dude makes dope hits. I know he hasn't had an album in a couple of years, but when he drops an album, hey, the album streams go through the roof. His concerts are selling out. He is a man who's in high demand. But his wife, he's saying, no go. I am done, Miguel. It's a wrap. He's having a hard time. Hey, before we move on here, big man coming through with the $5 holla. Lee is not leading because Emeka Udoke brings in El De Niro and the Matumbo. Yeah. Thank you, big man. Hold on 1 second. I got my stuff out here. Yeah. Salute, big man. You always come through, man. You always come through, man. Solid. I appreciate you, man. Paul's like, again. Ziggy's like, Tom Brady going through. I'm going to talk about Tom Brady. Ziggy, I'm going to talk about that. So Miguel is going through it here. Like I said, Tom Brady and Giselle. Now, it's not official that they're breaking up, but the reports are that they both have hired their own attorneys. So they've been together for a hot minute. So we know what's coming next with the situation here, right? What's Black and Fit saying? What will be the outcome next? Regular couples will want a divorce too. It's a trend, Dave. Yeah, man. Tom Brady is a funny situation that I want to describe. It all kind of comes into play, right, guys? Tom Brady is arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, right? He may not be the most physically gifted guy. You know, he wasn't the most athletic, but he had all the other skill sets that drove him to the top of his position. Like at one time growing up, you know, we always said that Joe Montana, you know, Joe Cool and was the best of all time. You know, when he got the 4 Super Bowls and how he did everything with the San Francisco 49ers, you know, it was him and Terry Bradshaw were like the standard because they both had 4 Super Bowls, right? With Tom Brady, he has built himself up to win 7 Super Bowls. 7. Now, over a decade ago, what did Tom Brady tell all of us? He said that he wanted to play till he was 45. And he turns 45 this year, right? And what happened earlier this year? He had retired, right? Remember, he had retired in the offseason, and he was retired for like, what, about a month and a half. He went from retired to I'm coming back for at least one more season, even if that one more season could be a wild card loss. That is crazy, right? He retired, had full-time life as a dad, no longer as a football player, don't got to worry about pads and, you know, reading playbooks, getting ready in the off season. He was a full-time dad for like a month and a half. And you know what he said? I got to get back to work. But what is interesting I can see both sides of the coin for Giselle and Tom. Let's talk this out, guys. This is going to be an interactive conversation. Now, see the chat here. You know, we're going to get into it here. This is going to be interactive here. We're going to talk about Tom, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to lead this, how this leads into Nia Long and Emeka Udoke, right? Who DW is like, who in the hell is going to get with after divorcing Tom Brady? She might as well get a dog now. We're going to talk about that. What's going on, Gloria? Julia Chen didn't leave Let's Move It, so why should Nia Long leave her boo? I like the way you're thinking, Gloria. I like the way you're thinking. Yeah. So I want to talk about both sides of the coin here, how they correlate. Because let me just do this here. So I can understand why Giselle wants Tom Brady to retire. You've been married to Tom as long as she has, and then the dating aspect. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think Giselle was the other woman because Tom had a child with I forgot who the other was. She's an actress, I think it is. I can't think of his first baby moms, but I think Giselle was the other woman for a hot minute before he left this other woman to give it Giselle. You know, but she's been around for a long time, right? She's not just some jump off. She's not just some side piece. Tia Mowry getting divorced too. We're going to talk about that too, Emmanuel. I'm going to get into that too, how that correlates. Y'all jumping the gun. we're going to mention how this all comes into play here. So she's been around Tom a long time. She's paid her dues as far as like a spouse. Like she's seen Tom after a game on Sunday, Monday through Saturday, where that he's in pain. He's popping painkillers. He's probably shooting up stuff. You know, he's can't get out of bed like on Tuesday. He, barely can walk down the stairs, family got to do everything for him and things of that nature. So as a woman seeing your man get hit in the head by 300-pound linemen every Sunday, I can understand the fact like, yo, look, the average quarterback has not played as long as you. No one is going to get to 7 Super Bowls. Why do you got to still keep going out there on the field and keep playing? We got money. I got more money than you, Tom. You worth $250 million. You've made that. I've made about $500 million. We got this money. Why don't you just go home and chill and be with us? So I can see that side because she loves her man. She's tired of her man getting hit in the head. Right? But the flip side, though, guys, with Tom's been playing football since 6 years old? Pop Warner, youth leagues coming up, middle school, then high school, then college. He's been a pro football player. Then some people in my tribe has been alive. That's a fact. Like I look at my stats, and I do have some young people in my tribe here, and there's some people who've been alive the same amount of time that Tom Brady has been in the league. So for Tom, he's like, this is my life. This is my legacy. Talk about a high value man, right? Like I surpass all the greats. I surpass Marino. I surpass Joe Montana, Steve Young. You want to name them, Bradshaw. You want to name any quarterback tribe that I'm just throwing some names out there. You guys can name who you want to name, guys. He has surpassed all of them in accomplishments. And then eventually you see the yards and stats coming up. He's thrown for over 60,000 yards. I can't remember off the top of my head. Football stats are not the same as baseball and basketball stats for me. But he's up there for passing yards, passing touchdowns, completion percentage, playoff games, playoff yards percentages, every statistical stats because of all the years he's been there. He is owning these stats. And so in Tom Brady's mind, what is he saying? I know that when I hang up the cleats, I know that when I quit this job, there is no coming back. This is all I know. This is all I do. So, baby, can't you just work with me just for a little bit longer? I know I said I was going to retire at 45. I said that a decade ago. And you want to know something? I turned 45 this year. Giselle's probably saying, why does it even matter now? We rich. You're the greatest. And Tom is at the point where it's like, look, I know all that. I am padding the fact that when I'm gone, and then my kids and my grandkids and my great-grandkids, the name Brady lives on forever. It may not make sense to some people. It's like, yo, he's 45 years old and he's looking the way he's looking right now. The TB12, program. Why does it matter? Because he is a man who wants to work. he realizes that once this work is over, he never can come back to it. Once that door is shut, it's over for athletes. Before I move on here, we got Derek with the $5 holler. Sam late. I was talking to my daughter's mom and cooking. Hello, H Tribe. What I miss? We just getting started, man. Thank you, man. We just getting started. Salute, Derek. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Hold on. Before I move on to my next point here. Hold on. StreamYard acting a little buggy, guys. Okay. Hey, we got Big Man here with the $10 holla here showing support. I think Giselle jealous of Tom's fame. Tom ain't getting hit too much. His daily health regimen is to be admired. Modern women like Giselle want the spotlight. They hate men getting any attention. Hey, man. I feel that, bro. Salute, big man. Salute. I feel that, bro. Thank you. Hold on. And shout out to my man, Drew Titan in the building, man, dropping the $5 in the gym. Listening, fam. Cook on it. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Hold on here. Let me get that here. Salute, brother. I appreciate the support, man. Great show earlier today. Great show. You always be cooking, man. I can't wait for Friday's show, man. I can't wait for it. So I see both sides, especially the fact that they've been married for a while. They got a couple of kids, and things of that nature, and he's in his 40s. And let's just be honest, though, right? We don't see 45-year-old quarterbacks. So I see the side of a spouse who's been married to her husband and she's tired. Even though, big man, you're right. He don't get hit that often. He still gets hit. And at 45, getting hit now is not the same when he got hit at 35. And the same he got hit at 25. So I see why she feels a certain type of way. But guys, we as men, when we're on our purpose, when we're on our goal, and we're on our grind, we know that we have to get it when we can get it, because when it's gone, it's gone. Right? When it's gone, it is gone. So time is about, hey, I don't care if it's a wild card loss this year. I'm going out on that field and I'm going to play one more year at least here. But it doesn't matter for Giselle right now, even with the hurricane that went down this past week, right? And they were chilling together. And as soon as everything was coasting the clear, they are living in separate homes. Now they've hired separate divorce. They got their own attorneys now. So it looked like could be in the outs right now. Maybe they're looking at dividing the assets. But the fact that I know people might think that Tom Brady moved the goalpost, like he retired and came back, but he did say 45, right? So he is willing to say, I don't care, Giselle. I'm going to play one more year. And if you're going to go, be gone. He is willing to risk his relationship for this one more year, maybe one more year after this here, before it's all said and done. That is how much Tom feels about his work and how he feels about his legacy. And how he wants to move on. But it doesn't matter. The money doesn't matter. Giselle has more money than him. It's about the longevity and legacy that's going to go on for time and time again. The years is going on. So it doesn't matter if they're married all these years and got kids. And he said one more year. She says, I'm gone. Tom's like, okay. Tom's like, I'm good. So how does that come into play here, guys? Well, that happened this week. And then, like someone said in the chat here, Tia Mowry Hardick and her husband, Corey Hardick, are now going through divorce. But here's the thing. Tia is the one who filed for divorce. She is the one. Now, they've been married for 14 years. They've been together for 21 years. They have 2 kids together. I think the youngest one's like 4 years old. The oldest one, I can't remember if the oldest one's like 7 or 11. I got that. I know got that numbers mixed up here, but I know the youngest is 4 years old. She filed for divorce. Then she went on IG, right? She posted some janky black and white picture where they look like they're in love and gave some things like, some things just don't work out. We're going to co-pair, blah, 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 right? He was in the comment section. He was salty as hell. He was like, this is what happens when you act on emotions. I'm paraphrasing. Like he's trying to fight back right now because the narrative on Corey is that Tia filed for divorce because that maybe, just maybe, he cheated. He's on the offensive. He's going on social media. He's commenting on people's posts saying lies. I didn't cheat. Corey is pissed off that Tia is filed for divorce. Corey wants the relationship to last. But here we have Tia, a modern woman who's older in her 40s. I think she's a year older than me. I think she's like 43 years old, who wants to file for divorce and move on. But here's a funny thing. There's a show called Black Love on the OWN network. I watched a few episodes. It's kind of hard to get through at times, right? And they were interviewing them. So a lot of Black people are upset that they're breaking up because they call them couple goals, right? In their interviews, Corey is talking and he's like, I don't believe in divorce. I'm paraphrasing right now. It's about work. When we say I do, I'm about putting this work into the end. There were a couple of segments in there where that Tia tried to cut him off, and he was talking like, hey, don't cut me off. Let me cook for a second. I'm just paraphrasing. And she had to fall back. And people are pointing out like, oh, that's where things started going bad. Like, no, I don't know that's when things going bad, but he was like saying, hey, look, I'm talking right now. I don't believe in divorce. We're going to work on this. We're going to build on this. We're going to keep doing these things here. And you want to know something? It didn't matter that he said these things on TV, on Oprah's network. She still filed for divorce. So people are going to try to say, well, maybe he cheated. I don't, and he's fighting back saying lies. You want to know something? I could be wrong. I'm just saying that if you look at Tia's Instagram, her social media, she's been acting like a single woman for the last few months here. I'll be on Instagram. I'm not on there that often. I'm looking down and I'm looking, I was like, yo, I've seen Corey. You know, I'm like, hey, man, I know he don't like Tia moving like this here. This ain't Tamara. This ain't like Tamara's husband who probably don't care. I know he had a problem with this. And if you seen like the way that she's moving and the way that she was acting, the things that she was posting, it didn't look like something of a married woman. She was acting like she was in her 20s, like that she was trying to get her groove back, like that she was trying to reestablish something that she had lost years ago. You know, so I can see how Corey is feeling some way now, because what happens? Men are always blamed. Men are always put on Front Street saying that we are the reason why relationships end. But we know in the Black community that 79% of divorces are initiated by the women. Now, even if men were responsible for the most heinous things in these divorces, let's say that half of those were for people putting hands on each other and, you know, stepping out and cheating, right? You still have close to 40% of women filing divorce because they don't feel good anymore. This is not the way I thought my love life would be in my marriage. This is not what I thought it was going to be. I want the Disney and I want the stars and the moon and this. I want to do the dancing and all the things that come about. And he doesn't make me feel that way anymore. Oh my God, I've been with him for 2 decades and there's no more spark. What am I to do? I'm going to file and I'm going to find me somebody who's going to make me feel good. We've seen this story one too many times. Women who are destroying their relationships. In these 3 instances here, Tia Mowry Hardick, who's been with her man for 21 years. He is not a bum. People try to point him as a Pookie and Ray Ray. Yes, Tia has major credits on 2 major shows. She was a child star on Sister Sister, and of course, she was on The Game, right? Long string shows where she's collecting syndication revenue. And then she's done miscellaneous things as well. But Corey ain't no bum. Corey is not no bum, guys. Corey has more TV and movie credits than her. They may not be big roles, but he has been consistently acting for years after years after years. And it's recently now, I just saw him in a movie not too long ago, and he's also on The Chi now, on a major TV show on Showtime. So he is a working brother. He is not someone who's just living off Tia's commission checks. He is putting in the work. He has worked on his craft, and he's actually a decent actor. So we have Tia throwing away her relationship. We have possibly Giselle throwing away her relationship here, right? But we want to get to Nia Long and Emeka Udoke here now. We heard previously that she's leaving. I'm hearing differently. I'm hearing that Nia is possibly staying now. Maybe she's always thought about staying. Hold on. Before I get to that, let me get to some of these supers, guys. I know y'all been chatting here. I had to cook for a second. I didn't want to lose my thought here. Let me get to some of these supers, some of y'all chats here. We gonna get into it now. We talked about Tom here. We talked about Miguel, his wife leaving, a superstar R&B star here. Giselle leaving possibly the greatest quarterback of all time, one of the greatest football players of all time here. We got Tia Mowry, who's going to leave her man and the father of her 2 kids, been together for 2 decades and married for 14 years. And so many people in the Black community saying, oh my God, they were so much couple goals. Why would they break up? Married people who were together for periods of time and their ladies are filing. Ime Udoke and Nia Long are not married, y'all. They're engaged. They got a kid together. But is Nia gonna leave? Or is Nia gonna stay? Because she don't have those ties that these women do have. Hold on. Before we move on here, I got JB here with the $9.99 holla here. We're gonna upgrade that to the $10 holla. Tom earns an honest living and take care of his family. Sounds like grown man-ish to me. No doubt, man. Salute, JB. Yeah, he is. Make about 30 million this year. So he's taking care of his family, all right. He got a good salary here. Let me see here. Let me let StreamYard catch up to these comments here, guys. Give me 1 second here. Big Man came with the $10 holla as well, man. Love this here. On another note, let's not forget, despite Tom Brady's success, he lost twice to Eli Manning, not Peyton, Eli, an average half quarterback in the Super Bowl. Then he lost to a backup. He lost to a backup QB and Nick Foles. Oh, Big Man. You had to throw some shots. Salute, Big Man. I know, I get it, Big Man. I know where you're coming from with this here. I know what you're doing here. I ain't even mad at you. I ain't mad. I know how people feel about Tom Brady. I know why you did that. Thank you for the holla, brother. Thank you for the holla. Oh my God, y'all, you killing me, bro. Hold on here. Let me scroll down here. Let me get to a few more things here. Okay. Big Man says Tia wants a Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah. She, if you see the way she's moving, she's thirst trapping. She's been thirst trapping. Like, I was literally on the train coming home from work one day, and I'm just scrolling through. I'm looking at other videos. I'm trying to see if I can find something to work on. Then I just, chill out for a second, and then I'm like, hey, ain't she married? She moving like this? Like, at first I thought it was her sister, the one that's married to the white guy. I was like, I can understand that, because the way they move, I was like, wait a minute. This is kind of weird. I happened to notice that, but now it's like, it makes sense now. She is thirst trapping because she wants something new. She's tired of the same old. And we know how that turns out here. Aggie and Defeat says commission checks. Yeah. Nia ain't leaving. She's 50. She living comfortably and gets Matumbo. Not happening. Y'all killing me, man. Hold on. Let me get StreamYard going here. Acting a little buggy here. Big Man, elite QB that lost to average Eli. Big Man, you still going in on that. Lord have mercy, man. She was like, Nia staying because she's broke, probably. Dang, we going there, huh? So, also that's going off Ime Udoke, right? It's messed up. It's jacked up. I wish I had a clip I wanted to play for Stephen A. Smith from the Breakfast Club, but I did a test out and I found out that iHeartRadio be tripping about using their content, and it'll been a copyright strike, and I can only just pull the audio. I just didn't have time to pull out Stephen A. Smith's interview. If you guys get a chance, check out that interview from the Breakfast Club, right? Stephen A. Smith made the point, and I was piggybacking off this as well with Ime Udoke. This situation should never been public. How the heck did this get out on Front Street? Why did the Boston Celtics make a press conference? He was talking about how he's known men this year, last year, the previous year who had the same infractions and they were fired, but they got another job elsewhere right away. Why? Because it wasn't announced publicly. People could speculate, but since it wasn't out there publicly, they was able to move on and get another job. But why was Ime on Front Street? Why the first time they didn't want to make an example, it has to be the black man? You know, it sounds kind of weird. It sounds kind of suspect how that the first time that we want to make this public, we want to follow our HR rules. We want to make sure this drives from the point that he is a man of leadership and subordinates cannot be involved in these situations here, but it's consensual. It's consensual, but he is the one that's being penalized. And she is the married woman. And supposedly she is married to a high executive also in the team as well. So the situation with Ime is it looks like it's a retaliation of like, you're going to get punished here. It's not the act. It's who he did the act with. Guys, let me say that again. It's not the act. It's the act that he did it with. And that is something that we have to look at here as we're going to dive a little bit into the situation here about if we fall ourselves here. It's not worth it if you got so much to lose. It's all about discipline, guys. I know it's easier said than done. She was like, I saw her IG, LOL. Yeah, about Tia. We need discipline. Do you know Ime Udoke, who went to the finals in his rookie year as a coach? Stephen A. Smith was breaking this down, that this second year, if he could at least got Boston to the conference finals, then in his third year, he'll been able to renegotiate a new contract that when that new contract started, he would have got at least $9 million a year. $9 million a year, at least. He's making 3 and change right now. So now that he's suspended, they're saying that his salary is cut in half. So at least getting about $1.5 million a year. But he's stuck right now. He may get a chance on a staff, someone else's team. But as far as him being a head coach, we know that's not going to happen no time soon. That is not happening at all no time soon right now. What's going on, Brooklyn C? So by him not practicing discipline and then making him the example, he is losing out on millions and millions of dollars. A man who was a journeyman basketball player, who was barely in NBA, playing in overseas, playing in all these different leagues, playing in Italy and Europe and all these other spots like that, and able to, hitch on with the San Antonio Spurs coaching staff because of the fact that he played for the Spurs for a short period of time. And then he was able to build himself up to be the assistant he was in San Antonio to Brooklyn, and then get the head coaching job in Boston. So not having discipline is costing him future earnings. But here's the thing, though. How does this come into play with Nia Long? How does this come in play with Nia? Because have I heard so much here because of all the public spectacle here, all this spotlight that's being put on her. I will admit, though, Nia didn't do anything wrong here, right? Let's just be honest, guys. I know Nia Long's 51, and I know that with her status that people say, who's she going to get next, right? These are all facts here, right? But she didn't do anything wrong here. Let's just be honest. Ime was the one who didn't practice discipline and banged the wrong chick, right? Now, they may have had an arrangement. They may have had an agreement that they were doing their things on the side. They may have things figured out like, hey, just do you, I do me, don't embarrass me. But what did Ime do? He embarrassed the situation. So we can't get mad at Nia Long. Let's just be honest, guys. Let's play this as adults. Nia didn't do nothing wrong in the situation. Maybe she wasn't giving him up as much as not like that, but we don't know the inner work of their relationship. But what we've heard, because of all the embarrassment, all things going on, the Celtics didn't fire him because they are afraid that he will sue the team. That could be a possibility too. But here's the thing, though, Coach Cook, he ain't suing. They're holding on to him because they know he's a good coach. Because if he sued the Celtics, here's something you got to look at, Coach Cook. If he sued the Celtics, he was basically saying that I am foregoing any possible coaching opportunities in the NBA. He's basically will blackball himself. Something ain't worried about suing him. They're holding on to because of the fact that they got the new interim coach, and if things fall off the rails, they know that they still have a good head coach on the roster. Now, it could be a PR disaster trying to bring him back, but they have an asset and they don't want to lose him. If he sues, he ain't getting no coaching job ever in the NBA ever again, because those other 29 franchises going to say he's going to go ahead and mess with other VPs' wives, and then he's going to sue us. Oh no. Okay, you go ahead and collect your check. Try to come back in the NBA again. Remember, there's only one NBA. So the Celtics ain't afraid of that, man. Because the Celtics, go ahead and sue us then. See when you get another job. See who's going to hire you. Because you going ahead and you can't practice discipline. You think any other 29 franchise is going to say he may do the same thing to us well. And then if we pull this other rug, he might try to sue us as well. So he ain't got the sue card out. Come on now. He wants a gig. He built himself up to this point here. He built himself up to be, if this could somehow, kind of play out the way it is, there is a possibility of him getting a head coaching job down the line. I could see him being a lead assistant, an assistant coach, and then build up to maybe a lead assistant, right? Let me do this here. But he's not suing. But what about Nia? Like I was saying here, did she do anything wrong? No, she didn't. The problem was that Ime then practiced discipline. By him practicing not discipline, he's impacting everybody else around him. But what have I been hearing, guys? I've been hearing about so many women saying that she should leave him, girl. She don't need to deal with this embarrassment. She Nia Long. If you cheat on Nia Long, then what's the rest of us here? Come on, what is he thinking? Hey, before I continue here, I do this all in real time. Shout out to my man Corey here with the $10 cash app saying for showing my support. Yeah, hold on here. I got to show the love here. Let me do this here. That's what's up, Corey. Let me see if I can get that zoom. Will it do it? There we go. I got to show it on the screen. Got to show love to the cash apps as well, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Salud, Corey. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Let me put that down there. I recognize supers and cash apps. What's going on, Jorge? How's it going? So, women were saying, girl, that's Nia Long from Friday. How could he do that to her? That's Nia Long from The Best Man and The Best Man's Wedding and all that stuff like that and all that stuff. How could she could get somebody? What are y'all, the things that we're missing, guys? They've been together for over 10 years. They have a child together. Now, even though they're not married, they've been engaged for 7 years. Let me ask you guys something. Is it really that easy to walk away from a 10-year relationship? Especially when you know that you have a child with that person. Then on top of that, she has a child with her previous, with her older baby daddy, and that he has treated that other son like a stepson, like a second son to him. So he is treating the kids like his own here. He has one and then the other one treats like his own here, right? So how easy is it to walk away when people are trying to tell you should just walk away? For all we know, that this could have been happening the whole time and she may have known about the situation and then just blew up in the face. It could have, like I said, in NBA circles, athletes, NFL, baseball, I've seen this where there's arrangements. I'm not saying they have one. I'm just saying that there's a possibility being together that long, being engaged that long and not getting married, engaged for 7 years and not go down the aisle. So how hard is it to leave somebody after 10 years? Then on top of that too, knowing that no matter what you say about their situation, how I described how hard he had to work to get where he's at, she's been there that whole time too as well when he became an assistant coach. She's seen this man work from being a journeyman NBA player to being a low assistant to being a head coach. She's seen this man's drive. She's seen this man's work ethic. She's seen this man put in the hours. She's seen this man be the man who he is and built himself up to be a better coach than he was a player. No one's not talking about that. Now, I know some people may say, it don't matter. Some of these women, Dave, some of these women don't care. They'll leave you in the heart. Look at Giselle. She's seen Tom Brady win some Super Bowls and she's leaving. Right? But let's look at the flip side here. Nia seeing this here. So is it really easy to walk away and to leave situation that you've been with someone for 10 years and you got a kid? Gotta ask that question. Some women can be like, yeah, just go ahead and rip the band-aid off, girl. That's all you gotta do. But there's no divorce here, right? So there's no divorce because they're not married. You know, there's no common law because they weren't living together. Remember, here's the thing here. When he got the job here in Boston, Nia still lived cross country. She didn't move to Boston until 3 weeks prior to the story broke. So for this whole year, even though that she was coming to games, they weren't living together. She still had her house on the other side of town, other side of the country, and he was in Boston. So there's no common law here. People can say, well, they've been together for so long, there's common law, get split up. No, nope, they weren't together. I mean, they were together, but they were not together in that aspect. So it's not the same as being married and saying, you know what, it's not working out. Give me this child support, give me this spousal support, and keep it moving here. Hold on, before I move on here, big man with a $10 holla here, man. I think Tia wants a Pookie and Ray Ray because her co-host on the talk on the talks, how the real Jeannie Ma Jenkins married one rapper, Young Jeezy is a trapper died ninja. Yeah. Yeah, she was on that show that got canceled. Yeah, Salu. I think she left before it got canceled, big man. Salu. Yeah, she was on that show. She left before it got canceled. I forgot about that. Yeah, she was on there as well. Yeah, she does some cooking stuff too as well. You know, so hold on. Let me scroll down here. Sorry, StreamYard acting a little buggy here, guys. I'm looking at y'all comments here. So I'm talking about this tonight because I saw an article that came up today about Nia Long and about Ime Udoke. Because yesterday I saw all the live streams saying she's leaving. You know, she's moving on. You know, she ain't dealing with this anymore. She gonna she gonna move on and get a new life and blah, blah, blah. She gonna find someone else because she's Nia Long. But people in the inner circle are saying something different. Let me bring the article up, guys. Like Derek says, not that easy, right? About leaving. She was like, not easy at all. Exactly. People act like you can just walk away. You know, I mean, the people who do walk away from their relationships, they don't have scandals that come out like this. We can say scandals or stuff that gets out in front streets. You know, so a lot of these times when people break up, they've been planning this for a while. This just got thrown in their face like a slap in their face, right? What's going on, Vince? Salute. Thank you, man. So let me bring up this article here because I want to showcase this here, and we might get a different level of understanding, or we may not. Things could change. You know, this is social media. This is real life. What we're talking about tonight, and then by this weekend, things could change. Like I was listening to Bomani Jones the other day, earlier today, and he was talking about Tom Brady as well. And he was like, you know, he has a show called Game Theory in HBO. They had 6 episodes for the first season. And he was like, with this Tom Brady situation, Tom Brady retired and unretired, and basically Giselle was mad and basically left within that 6-episode run. So the way these things are, things could change in a heartbeat. So let me bring this article up, guys. Okay, let's do this here. I'm gonna minimize myself here. This is from Hot 97. This is from Hot 97, and I want to read this article to you guys here about who is the person that is giving this information that we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to read this up here, and I'm going to highlight this here. Let me just get this here so you guys can see. It says, Nia's relationship is still making headlines. It was previously reported that Nia Long split from her longtime lover, Ime Udoke. The basketball coach reported had relations with an employee at his job. Following the news, Nia Long's ex-boyfriend and the father of her son, Masai Z. Dorsey, shared his opinion. We talk as a family, and it's all about unconditional love, and that's why she's giving him. She's giving him. We're sticking by him 100%. Hold on, let me highlight there. You hear that? Y'all hear that? Let me bring myself back up here. Nia Long's first baby daddy is saying we are sticking by him 100%. Okay, guys, who do you know in YouTube is reporting this right now? Everybody is talking about how Nia Long is walking away and Nia Long is leaving. We're hearing the one side how Udoke, like I said, he's messed up the situation. He fumbled the bag, right? Nia Long could go get a new man, or she's 51, she can't get a new man. But they've been quiet. No one on their side has been talking until now. And what are we hearing here? Let's get back to the article here. Let me bring it back up here again. Let me highlight this part here. He does say that despite it all, Udoke is a good person. All I can say is good things about Ime. He's a good man. All these years, I'm happy he's in my son's life. Every man needs another chance. Like the Bible says, the flesh is weak. He's not a bad guy. Hopefully, he learned from this. Tribe. Who is bringing you this information? I know this was reported by Hot 97, but what content creator is showing you this side of the story? The baby daddy to Nia Long's first son. He is saying we. He is not throwing shade on the other man. How many times have we seen a situation like this where that was like, well, I don't want to comment, Nia's going through some things right now, or they'll enter their personal, like, I hope she leaves it. Like, I don't want to comment. It's bad. He is saying that he is a good man. He's made a mistake. He's even said, I like the way that he interacts with his son, because Ime is technically a stepdad, even though they're not married. His son and this guy and her first baby daddy's son are brothers. They are co-parenting. They have a blended family. So what are we seeing here? Jay says, look at it. Nobody because controversy sells. Let me put that on the screen here, Jay. And Marquis says, facts. I heard it here. I heard it first here. Exactly. Larry's like, marriage is not for the weak. Exactly, Larry. Nobody because controversy sells. If people put out this narrative, no one would be talking about this story again. If we heard about the fallout, if Ime getting suspended, messing with the staffer at work, and everybody's talking about, oh, Nia this long and this and that, blah, 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 right? But then at the end of the day, if we knew for a fact that Nia Long was never leaving, would the story about the personal side be as big as what it is today? Come on, guys. K6 says, I heard Ime proposed before, but Nia declined. I don't know about that. If he proposed second time, they've been engaged for 7 years. You could be right, K6. I don't know about that one. He said they're blowing this out of proportion, but will not reveal the identity of the married woman. That's also a problem too. But we know why they're not revealing the identity of the married woman, because of the fact that who is she married to? Like I said earlier in the stream here, it's not the act, it's the act that he did it with. And all the headlines were about breaking up the relationship, breaking up what they have here. She just moved to Boston 3 prior to this happening here. And when I say, well, what's she going to do here? She going to get back on the market and she going to find someone. She's 51-year-old. She may not find anybody. And no one ever thought to ask, is she even leaving? Is she even breaking up with him? Or did they always have some sort of arrangement? Because this is the NBA. I have friends and people in the league. I know people who've coached, been scouts, played. I know how the game is. And I know how women act and how they know how the game is played. They're not in the dark. Coaches, assistant coaches, scouts, players, bench warmers, all of them. Everybody knows what happens on the road. Now, some guys don't act on it, no, but they're not oblivious to the lifestyle. So if we focused on Nia and Ime going through the situation and she sticking by her side, what would be the narrative, guys? The narrative would be that the fembots would be mad at Nia Long. How dare you disrespect yourself? Why would you stick in a relationship like this, knowing he did this bad to you? It's a narrative that kills every side that no one wants to hear from the media because it's a black couple and no one wants to see black couples survive. The black family has been under attack since we've all noticed this here. Now, I know they're not married, but were they happy together? We don't know the inner workings in their home. We don't know what they talk about behind closed doors. We don't know how they've been operating this last decade. We don't know how happy they really are in their situation. Brooklyn C is like, no, it would not. Staying together would kill the story. Exactly, Brooklyn C. Exactly. No one will be talking about that. All they're talking about is just the fallout of him and trying to find out the details. But now that this NBA season is starting up right now, no one's going to really talk about it now, or depending on how Boston starts the season. How if they're not playing good or if they already got injury problems already. So it could come back up again. But the personal part, though, about him and Ime, Nia Long and being together, no one wants to talk about, hey, this is bad, but do they really have to break up? Why is the first sign of bad news that we hear and then everything's got to be reported on, they're going to break up? Roy's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Right. Vince is like, human, a natural phenomenon. Yeah. So we're seeing all these things here, and no one wants to discuss that. Hey, he effed up. He fumbled the bag, but even though he fumbled the bag, he's still making $1.5 million at least this year. And that he is still the coach technically, right? There is still a small slither. The reason why that Boston suspended him, because they still want him. You guys don't. Here's the thing about the NBA here. Brad Stevens, who was the former coach of this team, has been promoted to the front office now when Danny Ainge left. This is Brad Stevens' first hire. Here he is now, an executive now, and his first thing that he did was hire Ime Udoke. And how did that hire turn out? He got the team to the NBA Finals, something that he couldn't do. The man who hired him succeeded what he couldn't do with the exact same roster. These players listen to him. Now, some of them may have a certain feeling about him now, but they know they have a good coach. They didn't suspend him because they have an asset and they want to see if there's any way to salvage this here. Because Brad Stevens is like, look, I made my first hire. I knocked it out the park. And then he didn't have discipline and knocked up an executive's wife here. And now everybody behind closed doors is mad as hell because he banged the wife here. You know, that's why he's suspended. He would have been fired if it was probably some other things going on with someone else. That's right, Demeter. Thank you. So why does everybody want to push the breakup narrative? Because think about it, guys. The breakup narrative is going to be, even though they're not married, it's going to be assets being broke up because maybe they do have no houses together. They've been together for so many years. They built things together. They got a son together. The breakup narrative is juicy. The breakup narrative is what they want from the black community. They don't want us together, even though when we mess up, they want us to mess up and then stay divided. Why can't we mess up and make it work? That's a narrative that's being spoken on YouTube, guys. And I know that it's not popular. I know it's not popular. Derek's like, I smell conspiracy. How's it different from what Phil Jackson did in LA? I got that one for you, Derek. I can explain that. Salud, brother. The reason why it's different, appreciate the $5 holler. The reason why it's different is because Jenny went ahead right when things got started and put it out on Front Street that they were dating. She pushed it. She pushed that narrative because her in her position knew that with Phil Jackson and how that was going to move. So everybody knew that they were dating when they started dating. They went to the front office. They told everybody. And on top of that too, her dad was still alive and he owned the team. The Lakers were a mom and pops organization. Unlike Boston, Boston is a corporation. You have CEOs, you have shareholders, you have, all these things that come to play here. At that time, the Lakers were literally a mom and pops organization where that Dr. Jerry Buss was the owner, hired his family, and people all around were families and friends. Now, when you have something like that happen, and then of course, then you know who the owner is. You don't really have you have an HR room, but you really don't to a degree. And then she came out and said, look, me and Phil are together. She did not Phil. It didn't get leaked. She put that out there on Front Street. Marquis like, you break down the fat, you're growing on me. Oh, thanks, man. It's honesty, be our own people pushing that negative narrative. No doubt, man, Jay. So that's the difference, though, Derek. They got out in front of it. They made sure, at least Jenny Buss did, that I'm dating Phil. This is what's going on here. People have to know this. We got to be transparent about it. Ime Udoke was going behind the back. And then another thing, too, that got Ime Udoke in bigger trouble. He lied. I found this out today. When Boston first approached him, he lied about it. Then when they came back to him again with proof, that's when he came up and was honest about it. So, guys, whenever you're in a situation, you have to be honest. Yes, you could be cheating behind your girl's back, but when the job finds out about it and they question you on it, you can't lie. You got to put all your cards on the table. It's like, hey, look, yep, we were messing around. This is what happened here. It was consensual. You can ask her. We've been doing this thing here, XYZ. And it wouldn't have been as bad. The fact that he lied on it and then he told the truth, that hurt him within the organization, because then when you lied then and then they come back to you, now they can't trust your word. With Jenny Buss and Phil Jackson, no one had time to spread rumors. They got out in front of it from Jump Street. Next thing you know, you see them walking hand in hand together. So it's like, yo, you see this here? Oh, yeah, they told us already. That's the difference. Getting out in front of the situation and letting everybody know. Because in the beginning, everybody's like, yo, they dating, and then you're going to hear the whispers. But that's all it's going to be. They're just going to be talking and be gossiping. Ime Udoke lied and then came up forth about it, and that's the situation. So that's the difference, Derek. That's the difference. So there's a reason Derek Fisher didn't play anywhere else worth the damn. Well, two things with Derek Fisher here. That's good that you brought that up, Ziggy. Derek Fisher was extra messy again. The same thing Ime Udoke here, right? Extra messy. I was actually in New York when this was breaking, when Derek Fisher was the coach. I still work in New York. I was actually in town when all this was broken down, and the New York media is a whole different animal, guys. I mean, like, the way they treat the Knicks is way that in any other city, you would see like headline news prime time at like any other time. It's some random Knicks story that's running prime time. They are diehard. That media, they will destroy you if there's any story going on. So you got Derek Fisher, who's messing around with his former Matt Barnes' ex, who they were also teammates. How messy is that, right? And on top of that, too, they both been tight as hell. Then on top of that, too, when the story came out, Matt Barnes' son was the one that called Matt Barnes to come over there. These are facts here. You guys look this up. Matt Barnes has twins with was it Laura? I think her name is Laura. I can't remember. There's two sisters, the Govan sisters. But the one son called Matt Barnes, and then that's when he went over there, when he was actually on the phone with Gilbert Arenas, when he went over there to beat Derek Fisher's you-know-what. So all that stuff getting out about the sons calling Matt Barnes, calling their dad, then their dad come over there beating down Derek Fisher, fighting him, when Derek didn't even talk to Matt Barnes. Now you got this thing going on. And then on top of that, too, he was a bad coach. The combination of being a bad coach and being messy, and it's like, you got to get the hell out of Dodge. And that's why you didn't see him no more. He was coaching the WNBA, and I think he got fired in the WNBA, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought he was in the NBA and he may just got fired or let go recently. He may not be. I thought he was. But you can't be a bad coach and then have that messiness. But Ime, though, look at the difference, though. He took the team to the NBA Finals. They had a 2-1 lead. If their number one player in Jason Tatum didn't crap the bed in the finals here, they may have won the championship. Derek's like, thanks for breaking this down for me. No doubt, Derek. They were up 2-1. Their top player in Jason Tatum crapped the bed in the finals. If Jason Tatum just shows up and plays like normal Jason Tatum, now we look at superstars, we want them to step up in the playoffs. But if he had played just his normal regular season self, they had a chance to win the championship. So you can see why he's actually suspended right now. They were so close. And yes, he made some coaching decisions that were not favorable because he's a rookie coach and you're learning on the job. But the Celtics know how hard it is to get to NBA Finals. The Celtics know how hard it is to get a good coach. And the Celtics know what they have in him. Derek Fisher, he had no respect from the team. He didn't know what he was doing. So the Boston Celtics is looking at Ime as an asset. Now, unfortunately, though, it's not allowing him to get another job elsewhere. But unfortunately, that's Ime's fault because you don't crap where you sleep. Let me get to the rest of this article, guys. Let me pull this back up here because Nia's not leaving. Her ex is saying that we, not Nia, it's a family affair. He said that we are sticking by him. Let me pull it back up. So I have it on the screen. I'm going to pull it back up here. Let me read it back one more time here. Let me pull it back up here. It says here, I still got to highlight it. He says, he does say that despite it all, Udoke is a good person. All I can say is good things about Ime. He is a good man. Hold on, let me repeat that again. This is Masai Z. Dorsey. That's the man's name. Nia Long's first baby daddy, the father to her first son. He says, all I could say is good things about Ime. He's a good man. All these years, I'm happy he's in my son's life. Tribe. How many times have we heard the other man happy about the new man? We always be complaining like, hey, don't let that dude next to my son. No, he is saying that I'm happy he's in my son's life. Every man needs another chance. Like the Bible says, the flesh is weak. He is not a bad guy. Hopefully, he's learned from this. So, Zeus, I ain't gonna lie. I'm still saluting Morris from last night. Yeah, shout out to Morris, man. That was dope last night, man. That was dope. Derek's like, sound like what Isaiah Thomas did. Hey, Isaiah Thomas, the king of petty, man. Isaiah is so petty. So Nia's not going anywhere, guys. Nia Long is not going anywhere. Nia Long is sticking by Ime Udoke. They're going to try to make this thing work. They got a 10-year-old son together. That is not, I have not seen any articles that's putting that up or even to the point of even an opinion piece. What about Ime and Nia Long working it out and sticking it out for the betterment of the good here? There's no pieces about that. All we're seeing is that she's going to be doing good all by herself. Matter of fact, let me go to the next paragraph here. Let me scroll down here a little bit more. This part here says, there's a video here. I'm not going to play it. It says, Nia Long seemingly responds following reports. She shared a video via her Instagram story, which read, when you see people change their whole life and start walking down a path of enlightenment, hugging trees, connecting with nature, loving themselves, embracing positivity, letting that light shine, understand one thing. That light that you see, understand one thing about that light. They had to go into the darkness to get to it. No shadow, no light, no shadow, no light, the video said. Hold on, let me scroll down here. Yeah, so that's the part there that I want to bring up here on the article here. So people took the IG post thinking that she was talking about this enlightenment and shadows and darkness. And other YouTubers took that as, see, she's all about enlightenment. She's leaving. She's picking up her pizza. She's picking up her ball, technically, metaphorically speaking, and she's leaving Ime. No, she's not. No, she's not. Ime messed up. Ime jacked up the bag. He put everybody on Front Street. He put all their business out there. He may never be a head coach again. He'll be able to work in the NBA again. I've seen people who done worse, and I can understand people saying, "Well, he may not work in the league again." If we knew all the details, we're gonna get all the details eventually. If the details come out so bad and so heinous, then I would change my tune. The reason why I'm saying that no, it's not possible. I would say it's possible he could coach again because that we've seen the league give second chances over and over again. We've seen the NFL give second chances over and over again. We've seen all these sports leagues give second chances over worse items. And the thing about sports is that you're an asset. If you can help somebody win, all it takes is time to get the stink off of you and then kind of pull the fan base where you're at to see if they will accept them coming in. That's the way I look at it here. Sports is always about second chances. Can you help that team win? Can you be a difference maker? Have you learned from your mistakes? On top of that, too, the powers that be, Big Brother, they want you to kiss the ring. They want to see you humble. They want to see if you learn from your mistakes, especially if you mess around with other guys' wives. Now, that's a hard one now that, you're messing with other wives. But there could be another organization that says, you know what? This happens all the time. We need to win. Can you promise me that you won't do this crap again? Matter of fact, you're on a short leash. Matter of fact, here's what I'm going to say the next team may say. If you even look at a woman in this building here, you're out of here. That's the short leash that he will be giving once this blows over, unless we get more details that come out that say, hey, he was out here bugging. He was being you know what. What you say here, Jay? Promoted negativity gives something to talk about. We don't know what they have going on, but as a narrative, we always see they love single mother stories. Exactly. And that's another thing that would happen here, Jay. I'm glad you brought that up. They're not married, but they're still together. Of course, we want nuclear bonds. We want nuclear relationships. We want to see that if you're with someone, you have kids, you get married. But we understand that people have arrangements, and sometimes things work for other people, right? If Nia Long leaves, then the narrative would be for her is, here is another single Black mother. Here's another situation where that we have a Black man who messed up, and then we're going to castigate him, and we can't keep the home together. But what about when somebody mess ups and about forgiveness? Am I going to lose some of y'all about this here? About forgiveness here? About the woman forgiving the man to make it work for the betterment of the family? Because life is hard. Life is crazy. And when you got that much invested, some people may look at things different. It's like, you know what? Like Hillary and Bill Clinton. How bad was it? Hillary stuck around with Bill, right? For the betterment, because she knew that Bill's a horn dog and knew Bill needed to get it in. But they had goals and aspirations, and Bill needed her and she needed him. And they realized the situation here. Her thing was, don't embarrass me. And that's the problem that we have here. Ime embarrassed Nia. She was like, I was told to leave, but yet their mom messed up like 20 times. My late hubby messed up once. Oh, I see that. Okay, Sheila. And Jay said, and some of the same females saying, leave, you deserve better, still staying with somebody who did worse. Right, Jay. They want to encourage to leave, right? Not knowing that what the inner workings are, the feelings in that relationship that's actually been going on, and want to push this hardcore narrative like that. And what happens is that your friends, ladies, will keep you single and alone. These same women that are pushing these points don't even have a man. They don't even have a man who's messing up to even put in their mind to say if they want to keep him or not. They don't know if they don't even have a man at home who's high value or maybe he's a high earner who's busting his butt, who's working 18 hours a day, putting food on the table, paying the mortgage, paying the water bill, paying all the bills, helping out the school tuition, gas, car problems, fixing things around the house, all these things that women don't want to do. And they don't probably even have a man to do all these things here. So when something happens, they're like, girl, you need to leave. You can do better. Well, what if Nia told you, yeah, he messed up, but he is my better? Yeah, he messed up, but what if Nia Long is telling people, or just in general, when a guy messes up like this, who fumbles the bag, what if the woman says, "Yeah, he messed up. He hurt me. He could have destroyed the family, but you're telling me I can do better." But what if I told you that even though that he's a man and is imperfect, he is my better? I know what's out there in the streets. I know the men out there because I'm in Hollywood. I've dated all these guys. I've been around the block. I'm 51 years old. And maybe, just maybe, even though he messed up, he is my better. And here's the thing. Let's say that I do get with another NBA. So in the NBA circles, there's a strong possibility that I'm still going to be in this same arrangement again. So just because a man messes up and women say, you can do better, what if that woman already has better? What if she already figured out that the streets is not for her? And that, yes, it is so embarrassing, but this is still a good man and there is something to be salvaged, right? We're not talking about that here. Tito's like, never. We are human, not perfect. Exactly, Tito. Marquise like, YouTube fem channels will go crazy for the entire cold season over the decision of Nia and her ex. Oh, yeah. The bots are going to come out for this one because they're going to say, why are you doing this? Why are you hurting? Why are you hurting yourself? Why are you being a slave? Why do you want to subjugate to yourself to the tyranny, to the patriarchy? Not even understanding that Nia is probably saying, he is a damn good husband. No, he's a damn good father to our boy. My baby daddy, my oldest son, is saying the same thing. He treats his son like his own, and I'm glad that we are in each other's lives. They are one big blended family. How often do you see people with the two men in the lives like that, with the different kids involved, the one woman talking like this? He said that he needs forgiveness. He said he knows he's a good man who made a mistake. You think that he is going to make this statement without conferencing or having some sort of opinion or talking to Neil Long before making these public statements? Because that is his son's half brother. You think he's just going to come out and make these statements knowing that Neil Long is probably leaving? Or if Neil Long says, I'm fed up, I'm done, he's no good, I'm tired. Maybe she's on DEFCON 5 and she's willing to burn the whole house down. And then he comes out of a story like this. Don't you think that would mess up his situation with Nia? Their arrangement, their co-parenting, the way they handle their oldest son? No one ain't talking about that. The fact that he released this statement today is, I looking at that as Nia did not want to put out a statement. Nia did not want to be out there right now. It's so much on her that as soon as she comes out publicly, it's going to be a barrage of paparazzi, going to be a barrage of media. It's going to be a barrage of nationwide. Doesn't matter if it's in Boston or she's in LA working on the show. Doesn't matter if she's in Atlanta or she's up in Canada or she's wherever. She's in New York. It doesn't matter. As soon as Nia Long speaks, she knows, her publicist knows, her managers know, everybody on her team knows that as soon as she opens her mouth to make that statement, it's going to be the deluge of media coming after her, talking to her and talking to her. But with all this stuff going on right now, maybe we figure this out here. E-Man, you got to stay quiet right now. You can't talk right now. You got to go in the background. Oh, I got to take my suspension. I got to take it on the chin. I messed up. He can't talk. But baby daddy number one, whose son is a half son with Ime's son, who have a good relationship together, maybe he could be the first one that talks. And that's what he did. He made the first statement. He said that Ime is a good man. Ime said that, hey, we make mistakes, and the Bible talks about forgiveness. He said that I am glad that he is in my son's life, right? And so he also said, and I'm repeating again, we support him 100%. And know what the irony is of this, guys, when we start this live stream? They are not even married. Marquis like sad, but if Nia marry him within a year from now, she'll be canceled. And who is the president of cancel culture? I need the website. Hey, man. Facts, man. Facts. Like that, Marquis. Oh, man. Like Tito said, these streets ain't kind. No, they're not kind. They are not kind at all. But he said that we support him 100%. So this is the back channels of Ime's team, Neil Long's team, talking to the original first baby daddy and saying, we're going to release something here. And this is going to be the first thing that we're going to say. He's a good guy. We support him. We, not me. Not my son, that's his, even though that's not his stepson, but they playing house. We means everybody. He has become the family spokesman for this time period right now until Nia speaks. Now, we know because of this type of statement, they're just going to slide this under the rug. They're not going to put this out there like that. They're going to be like, okay, we don't want to hear this here, but this is out there now. And I wanted to make sure that I went to cam up and live stream here to talk about that here and point this aspect out here, because we're always looking at the negative. We're always getting the wrong narratives here. We're getting the bad narratives. Even if it's the right narrative, the narrative is that they should leave and should break up. But just because people go through catastrophic things, just because it looks so bad, just because something happened so heinous, doesn't mean that the family has to break up. Tribe, when bad things happen, does they always have to break up? Now, I can understand if something was so bad that there's no coming back from. There are those scenarios here. I don't think this is that scenario here. I don't think it's that bad for Nia to walk away. And on top of that, too, has anybody ever thought about that in probably the back of Nia Long's mind, like I broke down here, that they've been together for 10 years and how his grind of being an assistant coach, the head coach for 10 years? What in the back of your mind, what if Nia's saying, I've been with this dude so long. I've been there through the long hours. I've been there through the long nights. I saw this man working and struggling to be assistant coach to get where he's at right now. You think I want to throw this man away that some other scallywag can have him? I get it that he may have had a bust down and a side piece here and there, but do you think that I want some other woman to capitalize off this, even though that he's down right now? Because I've seen this man down bad before. When I say down bad, when he was a low-level assistant coach, I saw this man build him up step by step here. And now that things are messed up here, I'm going to let another woman come in and scoop this man up? No, you don't think that Nia may have some pride that's saying, yeah, he messed up, but he's my messed up man? Why ain't no one saying that here? No one don't want to see that aspect of it, or if Nia Long is probably thinking that way. Because let's just be honest here. If Nia, she could leave at any time, right? This could be today, October 6th, that I'm recording this live stream here. And we could get to Christmas and they could be broken up, right? That could easily happen. But I want to point out the fact that just because a man messes up doesn't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater. Now, if they were together for like 1 year and had no kids, you would understand that, right, Tribe? Jay's like, if they say that, there's nothing to talk about. Exactly. Ain't nothing to talk about. This ain't juicy. This ain't hot. This is a Thursday night that I'm talking about this here. And you can see, we got an intimate crowd here tonight. You know what I mean? This is not the juicy stuff here. This is what we got going on here. But that's not the narrative that sells, ads. That's not the narrative that gets clicks on websites. This is not the narrative that people go on IG and on Facebook and on Twitter, and then they're commenting on threads and they're going on Discords and everybody's saying their piece. And then you go to the daytime talk shows during the day where all those women shows are on network TV. This is not the standpoint. This is not the narrative. This is not the talking points that old media wants to hear. Hell, this ain't the talking points that you want to see on YouTube. People want the juicy. People want the you know what, like that. Rah. And the irony on the flip side is they're not married. And then we have this report coming out, right? And then what do we say at the beginning of the show here? Singer Miguel, his wife filed for divorce. Second time. After they reconciled, she's like, nah, I'm done. She beefed and she left. Tom and Giselle, they both got their lawyers now. Even though Giselle knows that this could be the last year for Tom Brady. It's October right now, right? This is the 10th month of the year. We've already gone through 4 games through the football season, which means that we're practically 25% through the season here. It's October here. By this time, 3 months from now in January, the Bucks could be done and be out of the situation, out of the playoffs, whatever the case may be. And Tom Brady's career could be done. And Giselle could still be divorcing him. She's not even considering the fact that this could be the last 3 months of his football career. Like, nah, let's get this lawyer here. Let's figure this out and divide these assets. She's throwing the baby out with the bathwater. She's figuring out, let's figure out how we can split this money so I can move on. And Giselle's not even thinking the fact that, guys, hold on, guys. Think about this. If TB12, if Tom Brady at 45 years old, who does not going to have to pay no child support, who's not going to have to pay no alimony, they're going to be doing shared custody on everything because Giselle has more money than Tom. So Tom is going to have to split the assets, going to have to sell the houses. Maybe you can have this house. You know how that goes when you got the rich stuff here, where you don't got to pay the other person here. Tom's going to have his $250 million empire. Giselle's still going to have her $500 million empire separated so they can go their separate ways. Tom Brady at 45 years old right now, TB12. As soon as he's officially single, how many women is going to be running, trying to break their necks to get on Tom Brady, get on their knees to say, Tom Brady, please take me. Ah, you could do everything you want on my face. Ah. Come on, man. Come on. Tribe. Tom Brady at 45 years old is back on the open market. What are these scallywags going to be doing to get to Tom Brady? You want to talk about high value man? You don't get no more high value than the man who's won more Super Bowls than any person in the QB in NFL history. Come on now, tribe. I want to see the comment section here. I need some engagement here. If TB12 goes on the dating market right now, he's available. What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. Lizzo shooting her shot. You know how Lizzo be trying to holler at Chris Evans, Captain America? Let Tom Brady be around. I guarantee you're going to see a Lizzo video, some Lizzo posts, some IG posts. She going to be on Facebook Live, talk about Tom, I'm here. I'm here if you want this. Hey, come on, man. Come on now. Ziggy's like, and here in Florida, rich and single, no state taxes. No state taxes. Jay's like, no, Dave, we're not going to do that. Lizzo and TB, right. Come on now. You know that Lizzo going to be all up on that. She going to be going hardcore. I'm just using her as an example. Let Tom get out there in the open market. Hey, man, who's saying Tom ain't doing anything right now? I'm just saying. Giselle, I know you rich. I know she's successful. She's one of the most successful models of all time by her bank account. Paul's like, believe me, Tom gonna have to beat them off. Hey, man, Tom's gonna have to hire security just for the scallywags. Hey man, Tom gonna be out there. He gonna be busting them loose, and he gonna be wilding. Don't let that man go into retirement. Don't got to worry about getting hit for a living with over 200, $300 million in the bank and investments. And he already got his kids, and he can go ahead and live the Clooney life before Clooney got married. Come on, man. He about to be like Leonardo DiCaprio. Come on, man. Brooklyn sees like Tom Brady will become the most eligible bachelor in America. He will be the most eligible bachelor in the world, Brooklyn. In the world. Could you imagine a woman getting with him and saying, I'm going to have Tom Brady's baby? I know Giselle got two of them and the other chick. Could you imagine the next chick coming in saying that I'm going to try to pull a Nick Cannon on him? I'm going to poke holes in the condoms, whatever the case may be. I'm going to have his baby. I'm going to have a TB12 baby. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. She was like, Tom can remake his life probably with someone younger. Giselle's that a different story. Her looks are going to fade. They're already faded now. I mean, she's in her mid-40s too. Yo, man, she ain't no spring chicken. She ain't no spring chicken, y'all. You got to see how turned up he was at the last Super Bowl. He finna be wilding. Exactly. Can you see him as a hey, Tom about to be getting it in. Come on, man. You gonna tell him that in his final season, of course, you're gonna do this to him. And then once it's over, you're going to file papers. You've been in the trenches. You moved to Boston for him. Okay. You've seen this man get hit for all these years. And then when he finally retires, you're going to divorce the man. Hey, you giving him the lease on life. I don't got to deal with you now. Because think about it. There had to be a reason why Tom retired and came back in less than 2 months. He was sitting at home with Giselle and he was like, I can't do this. He probably happy she filed papers. Hey, what's up with this Trump here? Trump is what? Hold on, let me scroll back up. What y'all saying here? Hold on. True with being friends with Leo. Yeah, she looked like Trump to me, Ziggy. Oh wow, Ziggy, you wildin', Ziggy. Oh wow, you wildin', Ziggy. Looking like Trump. You bad bet on that. Christopher's like, Giselle's options are limited to one money. Yeah, true that. My bad, keyboard got stuck. I get it, man. Fact, Giselle looking like Gazelle right now, not aging well. No, she's not. You gonna tell me that you're gonna let Tom be free and single when he retires? But here's the thing, too, guys. Look at this. I don't have the exact number, and I know I'm gonna be a little bit off on this. I believe that when athletes retire who are already married, they're normally divorced within 4 to 6 years. You want to know why? Because he's never home all the time. These athletes, when they're during the season, they're training, they're working all these hours. When they come home, they have a schedule when they go to sleep, when they eat, things of that nature. Then, of course, they're together in the off season. But when they retire, they're home every day. Their woman is used to the man not being home. The guy is used to not seeing their women all the time, you know. Then now, after all these years, they got to see each other every day. And now they got to see the real them because they never saw each other. Because when they got together, that man was the athlete. That man was on the road. That man was working. That man was training. That man was grinding. That man was on the road, months out of the year doing what he had to do here. So when they retire, and then they're home all day and they really get to see the true person by both people. So let's just say, for example, that they do pull the divorce papers. Knowing what's going on this year and the way Giselle's moving, even though I see her point, the odds is not good on them staying together long term. So I'm saying for a fact that it's funny how we hear about the Giselle Tom Brady stuff like that, but they're not sensationalizing that. They're not being as used. Like I know Ime had the scandal, but Tom is Tom. They're not going hard on that. You know, they just want to do a wait and see. It's like, yeah, it's football season. Football's king. They don't want to ruin the apple cart. It's like, hey, man, we want to be careful. It's Tom. He's our golden goose. Eman's like, Jay Cutler can tell you that. Yeah, man. Jay Cutler. Yeah. They broke up right away. Amari Stoudemire, when he retired, him and his wife broke up within 3 years. That's the first guy that came in my head right now when you think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like athletes, when they're home all day, man, there's something that's going on. You never know. I'm not trying to say anything, but when they're on the road and the guys are wilding out, you never know when the women are wilding out too, because they got their cake and eat it too. They got the big house. They don't gotta work. They're chilling. Their man's on the road. They probably got their boy toy when their man's on the road. So when they both got to be together, they can't see their boy toy. They can't see their side chicks. They got to see each other all the time. And it's like, damn, what are we doing here? I need to get back on the road, or you gotta go. Or it's like, well, you gotta go. Brooklyn C is like, she's been pressing Tom to retire for years. Yeah, Brooklyn, she has. She has. But the irony, though, is that Tom has been saying for the last decade that he wanted to play till he's 45 years old, right? And the man is great. And when the man, when it went, ladies, if you have a man who is great, or he is trying to be great, or you can see that he's put in the work, that he is being great in the things that he is doing, you got to let that man finish the journey, because that man will resent you if he has to cut short and then he didn't finish what he went out to accomplish. He will resent you forever, and that relationship won't last. I get it, like I said earlier, how Giselle wants her husband. She's tired of seeing him get knocked to the ground. She knows how brittle he is at older, even though that he's had to change some things. Tom Brady, for him to play this long, is eating avocado ice cream. Tom Brady is basically eating raw green beans as snacks, at 10 a.m. He over here eating avocado, frozen yogurt and everything, at 10 a.m., just he's doing all this TB12 method to get to so that he can stay on the field here. This man has had to sacrifice so much just so that he can get on the field here, because he wasn't the best athletically here. So when a man has sacrificed the way food tastes, the man is sacrificing the way he eats, the way he trains, the way he moves, the way he does his job. And if I know that possibly Tom Brady has moved the goalpost, but when you over here got a great man, you got to let him finish the journey of where this greatness leads. Now, you may not be with a man who's Tom Brady, but is your man a director at his job? Maybe he's a CEO. Maybe he's not. Maybe he has his own business and he has 5 employees, but this man is grinding with his 5 employees that started from nothing, and now y'all doing something big. Greatness is defined by many levels by different men. But if that man is not allowed to be him to the degree that he's over here working. Now, I know as us men here, we can overwork ourselves and that we forget certain things. The family can get put in the back burner because we're over here and we got our eyes on the prize. We're not saying that the family's on the back burner. We're saying that we're trying to work hard to provide for the family so that when something happens to us, the family is taken care of. Now, we know that they're taken care of if they're rich, but then there's this another thing too, like I mentioned at the top of the stream, legacy. You want to take away the man's legacy, how he wants to finish his final chapters, how he's writing his book as he speaks. You're trying to stop that from him. He will resent you for the rest of your life. The relationship will not last. Now, I know that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers may go out in the first round, may make it to the playoffs, but at least you got to let that man go out on his term, because it's not like he could play till he's 50. He's going to play till he's going to play here, and you got to let him do that. And if you feel that you can't take 3 more months, then hey, you're fed up. But who is that hurting? Is it hurting you more, or is it going to hurt him? He going to be all right. Same thing with Tia Mowry. Marquis is like, legacy, that damn dash talk. Giselle Bundchen, damn, that lady fine. You think she's fine, Chucky? I'm not really feeling her, man. I'm not really feeling her on that. Ashton Kutcher got an opportunity to go into space like he always wanted to, but his wife said, no, that is too dangerous. Oh, yeah, I saw that about Ashton Kutcher. Him and what's his name? Was it Mila Kunis? They're together. Yeah, and he gave up his ticket. I think I don't know if he was on Elon Musk's rocket. He was on one of those two billionaires, and then he sold his ticket. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That was crazy, Sheila. Yeah. Tom probably just realized Giselle is hard to live with. Yeah, that short time when he lived with her. So you were seeing what happens, the irony. Bring it back. Tia Mowry, been with her guy, Corey, for all those decades now, and want to leave because she ain't happy. Who's to say that she's not wild now? Corey don't want a divorce. Corey's pissed off. He's in social media fighting back. He's a man saying that I didn't cheat. Miguel's wife is leading him. Tom Brady and Giselle breaking up. Nia Long through her ex, because we got to read through the tea leaves, is saying, we're going to work it out. We support him 100%. That's what I wanted to talk about tonight, guys. Oh, yeah. No reaction video to this part here. I wanted to bring an article. I wanted to talk this out here and go into detail. It's been a hard week for men being married. And you want to know something? Like, I'm, in this space in the men's sector, if people really follow this story the way I'm doing this tonight, unfortunately, this is going to be a case for men to say, why does marriage even work? And I can hear their side on this now, because we have 3 men who are hardworking men in their space, in their fields, and their wives are filing for divorce. We got Ime Udoke, who's not married to his woman, but engaged and been for a long period of time. And that no matter what you're going to say right now, Nia Long is sticking it out with him. You got 3 cases of men who got to get attorneys and break up assets and figure out the bank accounts, enforce the prenups, joint custody, all these things that's going to happen for these 3 men, these 3 couples with their soon to be exes possibly here. And then we have a situation here where we have a possible scandal, news out everywhere on Front Street. The woman's embarrassed at things of that nature, and they may just work it out. There's going to be men here. I don't know if they're going to see that point, but if they do look at my live stream, or if they have the same wavelength of thought process, who's to say that the men are going to say, see, why does marriage even work here? Ime Udoke messed up, and for the time being, they're going to make it work here. Giselle's with the greatest quarterback of all time, and she leaving. Miguel's one of the best R&B singers in the game, and she's leaving. Corey Hardick, who worked himself to be a decent actor and a good father, and Tia's leaving him. But you can go ahead and have a scandal, and if all the drama that goes on, and if she still rocks with you, that dude, why do I need to get married? People are not going to see this point here. And you know what, though? I'm not going to be mad at men on one side of the coin or the other, because I know and I've seen firsthand how some men have been bamboozled and screwed over in their marriages and their divorces here. No one's painting this narrative. No one is bringing up this discussion here. No one are seeing these points here, because the juicy gossip is better than us having real life good conversations. Hell, you can see our notifications that's getting sent out for me here. I know it's a late Thursday night, but you would figure there was more people last night for the juicy Kendra reaction video than we're talking about here about a couple sticking together, at least for right now. No one wants the good stuff. They don't want to hear people trying to make things work. What this society wants, what this media wants, what this cycle wants is drama. They want breakups. They don't want nuclear bonds. They don't want the family together. They want the father out of the home of their kids. If Ime Udoke and Nia Long breaks up, they have a 10-year-old kid, of course. And of course, if they're not together, then of course he's not in the home. when the other father said to his son, saying, I'm glad that he's in the light too. So they have a good relationship with both their kids. No one wants to speak this, guys. No one wants to talk about this because if we do, what are we doing? We are promoting Black people to stay together. We are promoting couples working out. We are promoting that the Black man is still in the home with his Black kids. We're promoting not separate. We're promoting being together, even through the evils and ills and all the trauma and drama. That's not that's not thirsty. That's not juicy. Marquis like, after this live, you will have content entering 2023. Facto. Troy Ave. Thanks, man. Brooklyn C's like, if I was Ime, I'd be begging like Keith Sweat record. Please, baby, please. Brooklyn, you gonna go Keith Sweat? Oh, baby. Come on, you know, Keith Sweat used to do some hardcore begging. Hey, man. Hey. Man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Yeah, I think Ime is doing a lot of begging right now. You know, man, I gotta get a sip here. Hold on. No, it's not apple juice either. No alcohol tonight. No, nothing. This is just juice. Cranberry juice, y'all. You see how I'm moving today? I got to talk about in the beginning of the live stream how I got to maneuver certain things the way YouTube is working here. You see it, I'm drinking here tonight. Hey, man, I'm just being honest. I'm a real dude who has, like I said, my name is that dude. Real dude with real ideas and real thoughts that it's not juicy. You know, at certain times it's not going to push the envelope. And I know what O'Shea Du Jackson said earlier, and some other people were saying that Kevin Samuels was the last ditch effort in the Black community of put together because the Passport Bros are here to stay. And hell yeah, the Passport Bros are here to stay. My boy is a Passport Bro. You know, I have no problem with men going their way, right? And doing these things here. I still do believe that deep down, even though it may not look sexy. Hey, what's going on, Quick? Even though it doesn't look sexy, that there is still hope for the Black community. I just don't want to give up right away. I know the back of my mind, it doesn't look good, but I still have hope. And I know what people will say that Kevin Samuels was the last ditch effort, but you know what? I still think that there is still something there. But at the same time, though, I am not mad at my Passport Bros. And if the Passport, and like I said, we're promoting, me and my boy Mikey's promoting 32323. We're going to the Philippines, y'all. We're promoting the fact that if you're a man who's tired of being out here, you know, we're going to take a trip out there and we're going to show you how to rock out there. We're going to show you how to move and how to live. You know, if you're looking for work, we're going to talk about, hey, why don't you be a YouTuber and you can make money and you can live good in another country like that here. We can see that, but this is the type of live stream that if you break this down, I'm like, hey, that dude, you said a lot of stuff here, but you know what though? You proved the point. Why get married? He may messed up and Nia's sticking with him, at least for right now. If he was married, then she would have access to his contract. She'll have access to the money. You know, she'll have access to all the stuff that's going on right now, which they don't have because they're not even common law. You know, so there's going to be both sides to the coin here. And I'm not mad at either side of any man who thinks either way. Like, yeah, I want to make my situation work, or nah, I'm gonna keep it moving, or I want to go overseas because I want to deal with this crap here. I get it. I get it. I'm a guy who understands is not going to shoot down any man on what move they want to move. I'm just going to say just to make sure that you're practicing discipline and you're not going to embarrass people around you. I don't condone the actions that Ime Udoke has done, but if you have an arrangement, we're all adults here, and I understand as I'm going to close out here. If you have an arrangement, you just make sure that the other party has as much to lose as you. Or if you also have an arrangement that everybody knows about everything. So if something does happen, people, you already say, I already know about it. You may not understand our situation, but I already know. And then on top of that, too, guys, If you are already crapping where you sleep at, messing with someone on your job, you better go to HR right now. Go to HR tomorrow and tell them about your relationship. Because yeah, they know that most relationships happen on the job, but if you get out in front of it, you don't know behind. I don't know if you read all your HR handbooks. Some jobs even fraternize on it, but just don't enforce it. You never know when you could be the first person that says, you know what, the rule has to be enforced, and you're the example, a la Ime Udoke. It's Thursday night right now. So if you have a situation like this, go to your job on Friday and tell them. I had a similar situation about 13 years ago when I was dating somebody on the job, and she almost got me fired. Thank God the fact that when I talked to HR and told my side of the story when things went bad, they heard it and then heard hers. And it's like her story didn't add up. And they basically told me, come on, man, just stay away from her. That's what they told me. Just stay away from her, man. Because I told my story, I laid it out, and then whatever told story that she told, HR was like, of course, there's his story, and then there's her story, and somewhere in the truth, but his story sounds more like in the middle of the truth here. But we can't accuse her of lying because how's it going to look? Because we don't believe all women. That was the position they were in right now. I almost lost my job, and I wouldn't be here where I'm at today if that situation ended because of that banshee, what it was spreading lies. Because here's the situation: she was cheating on me. Yeah, I caught her. We weren't officially together, but you know how you establish a situation. But she said that she wasn't seeing no one else when she obviously was talking to other people, and almost got me fired because I called her out on it and she was embarrassed. So, guys, if you're seeing somebody at work, is either two things: cut it off or go straight to HR right now. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You're going to be just like Ime Udoke, and then you're going to be out of a job, or you're going to be embarrassed, or they're going to try to, if you're not even out of the job, they will put your name through the mud. My name was mud for about 2 months on the job, guys. My name was mud until she ended up dating another dude at the job and was doing the same crap that she was doing to me to him. And then when they saw that and how they were moving and how she was moving, then it was like all the jankiness was washed off of me. It was like, hey, what's going on today? Everybody wanted to act differently then. I'm like, what? Why you acting differently now? Y'all didn't believe me? No. You want to know why? Because I'm a man. We don't believe men. They believe all women. Oh boy, guys, that's my time, man, on this show. No reaction video on this segment here. I brought up an article. I had a lot to talk about here, and I wanted to get this off my chest. I knew that this probably would not be the biggest live stream here because it's a Thursday night. I kind of canned up a little bit late here, and then all the YouTube stuff that's going on here, So we're gonna close out of here. This was a decent live stream. I hope everybody, had a good time enjoying this here. You guys know I can talk, and I wanted to explain my point, breakdown by breakdown here. She was like, that happened to my big brother. For real, Sheila? That's crazy, man. I advise every man, don't date no girl at the job. I'm firsthand experience. Even when you're not in the wrong, they will find a way to put you in the wrong. He was accused of essay because he did not holler at the woman. That's a damn shame, Sheila. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. So, hey, guys, I'm going to get out of here, man. I had thought about throwing a reaction video at the end here, but, we gone 2 hours here, and I think this was a good discussion, and I want to leave this video the way the discussion is. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be able to cam up tomorrow on Friday. I might be able to. If not, it'll be a reaction video, but I will be doing some live streams this weekend here. I got to prep before I go to New York. I got a live stream and build up here because we will be in New York next week. So, I got to make sure I get it in. I got to do a lot of content, work, stuff like that and everything. Because he's like, great take on the topic. Thank you, man. Later. I'll see you later, Larry. Yeah. Yep. I learned my lesson, Derek. I see that, man. I hear you, man. Ain't about learning the lesson. Yo, we all building here, guys. We all building, we all learning. I know that I'm the host and I'm talking, and some people think that you always want to be right, Dave. It's not about me wanting to be right. I know when I talk about a subject, if I've done my homework, I know what I'm talking about. But at the same time, though, when you guys pour into me, you give me something information as well, I'll take that into consideration. Like, yo, maybe I was wrong. I am the first person to say, if I'm wrong, I will admit to it. But hey, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Like as always, SLC. I took that from another content creator, Boxing Ego. Yes, if anybody comes back, I know I did. I like that dude. He got a dope channel, one of the best boxing dudes in the game right now, Boxing Ego. So, like I said, SLC, subscribe, like, and content. As always, come ahead and support your boy here. I'll be back again. But as always, I'm that dude named Dave. Y'all be good, YouTube, and I'll see y'all again later. Y'all have a good night. Peace.